An Anti-War Song Lyric Guide 1. Chapter 1. Anti-War Song Lyrics 1. Antiwarsongs.org lists anti-war songs. Antiwarsongs.org. Antiwarsongs.org/links.php?lang=n. Masters of War by Bob Dylan. Come you masters of war. You that build all the guns. You that build the death planes. You that build the big bombs. You that hide behind walls. You that hide behind desks. I just want you to know. I can see through your masks. You that never done nothin' but build to destroy. You play with my world like it's your little toy. You put a gun in my hand, and you hide from my eyes, and you turn and run farther. When the fast bullets fly, like Judas of old, you lie and deceive. A world war can be won. You want me to believe, but I see through your eyes, and I see through your brain, like I see through the water that runs down my drain. You fasten the triggers for the others to fire. Then you sit back and watch. When the death count gets higher, you hide in your mansion. As young people's blood flows out of their bodies and is buried in the mud, you've thrown the worst fear that can ever be hurled. Fear to bring children into the world, for threatening my baby, unborn and unnamed. You ain't worth the blood that runs in your veins. How much do I know to talk out of turn? You might say that I'm young. You might say I'm unlearned. But there's one thing I know. Though I'm younger than you, even Jesus would never forgive what you do. Let me ask you one question. Is your money that good? Will it buy you forgiveness? Do you think that it could? I think you will find, when your death takes its toll, all the money you made will never buy back your soul. And I hope that you die, and your death will come soon. I will follow your casket in the pale afternoon, and I'll watch while you're lowered down to your deathbed, and I'll stand o'er your grave till I'm sure that you're dead. Where have all the flowers gone? By Pete Seeger. Where have all the flowers gone? Long time passing? Where have all the flowers gone? Long time ago? Where have all the flowers gone? Gone to young girls, everyone. When will they ever learn? When will they ever learn? Where have all the young girls gone? Long time passing? Where have all the young girls gone? Long time ago? Where have all the young girls gone? Gone to young men, everyone. When will they ever learn? When will they ever learn? Where have all the young men gone? Long time passing? Where have all the young men gone? Long time ago? Where have all the young men gone? Gone to soldiers, everyone. When will they ever learn? When will they ever learn? And where have all the soldiers gone? Long time passing? Where have all the soldiers gone? Long time ago? Where have all the soldiers gone? Gone to graveyards, everyone. When will they ever learn? When will they ever learn? And where have all the graveyards gone? Long time passing? Where have all the graveyards gone? Long time ago? Where have all the graveyards gone? Gone to flowers, everyone. When will they ever learn? Oh, when will they ever learn? Where have all the flowers gone? Long time passing. Where have all the flowers gone? Long time ago. Where have all the flowers gone? Young girls picked them, everyone. Oh, when will they ever learn? Oh, when will they ever learn? Guantanamera, Jose Marti. I am a truthful man, from the land of the palm trees. And before dying, I want to share these poems of my soul. My poems are soft green. My poems are also flaming crimson. My poems are like a wounded fawn, seeking refuge in the forest, with the poor people of this earth. I want to share my fate. The stream of the mountain pleases me more than the sea. The flowers of the forest. Well, how do you do, Private William McBride? Do you mind if I sit here down by your graveside? A rest for a while in the warm summer sun. I've been walking all day and I'm nearly done. And I see by your gravestone that you were only 19. When you joined the glorious fallen in 1916. Well, I hope you died quick and I hope you died clean. Or, William McBride, was it slow and obscene? Did they beat the drum slowly? Did they sound the pipe slowly? Did the rifles fire o'er yet as they lowered you down? Did the bugle sing the last post in chorus? Did the pipes play the flowers o' the forest? And did you leave a wife or a sweetheart behind? In some faithful heart is your memory enshrined. And though you died back in 1916, to that loyal heart are you always 19? Or are you just a stranger without even a name? Forever enclosed behind some glass pane. In an old photograph torn and tattered and stained. And fading to yellow in a brown leather frame? Did they beat the drum slowly? Did they sound the pipe slowly? Did the rifles fire o'er yet as they lowered you down? Did the bugle sing the last post in chorus? Did the pipes play the flowers o' the forest? Well, the sun it shines down on these green fields of France. The warm wind blows gently and the red poppies dance. The trenches are vanished now under the plough. No gas, no barbed wire, no guns firing now. But here in this graveyard it is still no man's land. And the countless white crosses in mute witness stand to man's blind indifference to his fellow man. And a whole generation that was butchered and downed. Did they beat the drum slowly? Did they sound the pipe slowly? Did the rifles fire o'er yet as they lowered you down? Did the bugle sing the last post in chorus? Did the pipes play the flowers o' the forest? And I can't help but wonder now, Willie McBride. Do all those who lie here know why they died? Did you really believe them when they told you the cause? Did you really believe them that this war would end war? But the suffering, the sorrow, the glory, the shame, the killing, the dying, it was all done in vain. For Willie McBride, it's all happened again. And again, and again, and again, and again. Did they beat the drum slowly? Did they sound the pipe lowly? Did the rifles fire o'er yet as they lowered you down? Did the bugle sing the last post in chorus? Did the pipes play the flowers o' the forest? American Blood performed by Reckless Kelly, lyrics and music by Willie Braun. Johnny can't drink 'cause Johnny ain't 21. Yet, but he's 18 and he's pretty handy with a gun. They sent him off to a foreign land. Gave him a new pair of boots and 13 grand. And he came back home with American blood on his hands. George is a real go-getter and he's running the show. And he should have known better, but his old man told him to go. He sits at home with his feet on his desk. While the boys got theirs in the sand. A million miles away with American blood on their hands. Johnny can't walk but the medic says he's okay to fly. And the newspaper tell us he's a hero and a hell of a guy. They sent him up to Washington for a photo op with a smoking gun. He's got a Purple Heart and American blood on his hands. Black gold for silver stars, cold hard cash for armored cars. The brass ain't fightin' but they're sure as hell taking a stand. And they'll have to live with American blood on their hands. And now George stands up on a boat proudly waving the flag. He says the hard part's over and we knew it wouldn't be so bad. But roadside bombs and 6 long years were never really part of the plan. What's a couple thousand more with American blood on their hands? Black gold for silver stars, cold hard cash for armored cars. The brass ain't fightin' but they're sure as hell taking a stand. And they'll have to live with American blood on their hands. And now Johnny can drink all day 'cause he's 23. He donated his legs to the worldwide land of the free. He cries God bless America but goddamn Uncle Sam. While he stares through the tears with American blood on his hands. While he stares through the tears with American blood on his hands. Black gold for silver stars, cold hard cash for armored cars. The brass ain't fightin' but they're sure as hell taking a stand. And they'll have to live with American blood on their hands. Chapter 2. Anti-War Song Lyrics 2. American Boy Soldier by Edgar Broughton Band. What do you wanna do, boy? Well, I don't really know. Do you wanna go back to school, kid? Not really. Well, do you wanna go to work, boy? Do you wanna dig potatoes, son? No siree. What do you wanna do, boy? Do you wanna go to war, boy? Ooh, yes please sir. Ooh, yes please sir. Ooh, yes please sir. They're sending me home, shot through to the bone. He had a red cross on his arm, all I got was napalm. The American Army, the American Army. Wait till the Russians get hold of you. Not forgetting the Navy, not forgetting the Navy. And the Air Force too. Shot down from my plane, they leave me out cold. Never be the same again, I was just 16 years old. The American Army, the American Army. Wait till the Russians get hold of you. Not forgetting the Navy, not forgetting the Navy. And the Air Force too. It'll be so nice to get back home to North Carolina. See my blonde, all-American honey bun. With her transistor radio turned up full. Do all the things we used to do, back in the old days. What a thrill it could be. Hope you enjoy the air raid. American Dream. There was a boy not just like me, who loved going to McDonald's and listened to 883. He traveled throughout the world with the rifle in his hand. Mercenary, but Italian with an American dream. The Stars and Stripes flag conquers you, abducts you. You can stain it with blood as well, then you wash it and it doesn't lose color. The Stars and Stripes, if it wants it hits you, and it will have no mercy. When you was a child you dreamed about that land. You had no guitar, you preferred the war movies. Soldier Ryan, The Landing in Normandy. History of Heroes, you want it could be yours too. But something doesn't work, there's somebody that doesn't forgive. That you were not welcome, you understood it by yourself. No regrets for us, it's just a broken dream. But you will never do it again. It's late for glory, honor, and triumph. You didn't fight neither for peace, nor for freedom. You won't make the history, there will be no memory. It's just a dream, it's the American dream. When you was a child you dreamed about that land. You had not a guitar, you preferred the war movies. Soldier Ryan, The Landing in Normandy. History of Heroes you want could be yours too. But something doesn't work, there's somebody that doesn't forgive. That you were not welcome, you understand it by yourself. No regrets for us, it's just a broken dream. But you will never do it again. It's late for glory, honor, and triumph. You didn't fight neither for peace, nor for freedom. You won't make the history, there will be not memory. It's just a dream, it's the American dream. American Mythology by Ryan Harvey. Natives sitting down with European settlers. In celebration of some future of peace. And it's depressing when you hear the real story. How their diseases spread like wildfire. How they tore the land right out from under their feet. And made them servants of the war-crazed British Empire. Religious freedom. Nah, that's bullshit. I see genocide when I look into it. Christians killing savages in the name of God. Invoking their religion to justify their deaths. And I understand there's many types of Christians. There's many types of Muslims and there many types of Jews. But there's also many ways to exploit and kill people. And there's just as many ways for your faith to be abused. Oh, it's depressing when you read our history. Oh, the scars of the past mark the face of today. So I don't celebrate no holidays with roots in land theft. I don't salute no flags that stand for hate. I don't bow to any leaders who kill for salvation. And I don't pray to any gods that do the same. With neither the Irgun of Al-Qaeda. No Reagan, no Stalin, no pilgrim, no king. I will walk through this world in peace, trying to pay my respects to every living thing. Oh, it's still considering all of our history. Oh, the scars of the past mark the face of today. Too Confused, Insurgents, lyrics and music by Jerry Scott. National blood spilt on national soil. Economic recession in need. Nationalism, international oil. Patriotism, racism, and greed. Oh, it's the best damn excuses I've seen. 1, 2, 3, 4 Let's start another war. It all starts again, an easy means to an end. 1, 2, 3, 4 Let's start another war. It all starts again, a means to an end. If everyone knows war is really so bad, then why is everyone so fast to support it? If loss of lives is what made you so sad, then killing all these others does nothing but whore it. Oh, then loss of lives is really abhorrent so. 1, 2, 3, 4 Let's start another war. It all starts again, an easy means to an end. 1, 2, 3, 4 Let's start another war. It all starts again, a means to an end. Blat. Siberia, Liberia, invade a couple more. 1, 2, 3, 4 Let's start another war. We're so certain we're right. We gotta kill and fight. And 1, 2, 3, 4 We've started another war. A Ballad in Times of War by Mats Paulsson. When morning has broken and hidden the stars, with dawn chasing darkness, and gaining, from rice fields and hamlets I come with my song, composed by the peasants, complaining. Then quick as a deer, I then disappear, with lute firmly gripped in my fingers. You are the last person I've seen on my trip. I've entertained bishops and mayors. I don't beg rewards to be given to me, like those given poor strolling players. Instead give your word, that my plea is heard, and swords will be turned into plowshares. I see how your people have suffered enough. I've sung there, between detonations. With war at its height, it was terribly tough to try to revive their elation. So they dispatched me to humbly beg thee, in song and with lute in my fingers, let me in the fortress and bind me in thongs, and feed me on hard bread and water. For despots can punish a minstrel for songs, who's led like a lamb to the slaughter. Then hang me up high. But please don't deny to leave me my lute in my fingers. When evening approaches and darkness draws nigh, the ghostly moon lights up the fences. My singing will cease as I gaze at the sky, and hope that my song recompenses. Then quick as a deer, I then disappear to freedom, with lute in my fingers. A Day Without War by Dmitry Koldun. Look into the eyes of children orphaned by the war. Can we sacrifice their tears for goals we're fighting for? Just tell me why, one reason why we fight to make our children cry? Give me day without war. Just a day to fight no more. Just a day to stop it all. Just one day to change the world. Give me day to tell the cost of the lives that we have lost, and to say we've had enough. Making war instead of love. Look into the eyes of mothers that have lost their sons, and make them realize the reason why we shoot the guns. Just tell them why, one reason why we make them see their children die. Give me day without war. Just a day to fight no more. Just a day to stop it all. Just one day to change the world. Give me day to tell the cost of the lives that we have lost, and to say we've had enough. Making war instead of love. A drug against war. Television, religion, social destruction. Sex and drugs, violent seduction. Crystal dawn, ecstatic explosion. Parental advice leads to mental erosion. Stronger than never ever before. KMFDM is a drug against war. Line after line, round after round. Empty shells fall to the ground. Faster than lightning, high as a kite. Sonic bombardment brighter than sunlight. No need for needles, no injection. The substance substitutes love and affection. Total sedation of longing desire. Cremation of senses in friendly fire. A War Song on Christmas by Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Nobody wants a war song on Christmas. None of the carolers ever sing about bloody old battles and glorious fights. Nobody wants a war song on Christmas. And if it sounds wrong on Christmas, why does it ever sound right? I'm decking the halls jingling bells with Rudolph and old Santa Claus. And I hear joys to the world in the radio jingle bell pop. But the night isn't silent for everyone when the fat men in suits slant the laws. No, it's loud, it's the loudest sound of the Lord. And the weeping and wailing don't stop. So please, Mr. Money Man, make money other than profits or pain. You're slanging my name while the boys are still fighting, following fear. And there ain't no free time to ask why. Bring them home, bring them home. Bring everyone home. Oh mister, you'd be glad they came. So while you're singing your peace on earth songs, you won't have to lie. 'Cause nobody wants a war song on Christmas. Oh no, none of the carolers ever sing about bloody old battles and glorious fights. 'Cause nobody wants a war song on Christmas. And if it sounds wrong on Christmas, why does it ever sound right? There was a man long ago. He said, love not only thy neighbor. There was a man long ago. He said, love everyone. There was a man long ago. He said, love thine enemy. That man changed the world. Never had to pick up a gun. 'Cause no, 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 no. Nobody wants a war song on Christmas. Oh no, none of the carolers ever sing about bloody old battles and glorious fights. 'Cause nobody wants a war song on Christmas. And if it sounds wrong on Christmas, why does it ever sound right? Said if it sounds wrong on Christmas, why does it ever sound right? Chapter 3. Anti-War Song Lyrics 3. A War Without an End by the Prince Mishkins, lyrics and music by Rick Burkhardt and Andy Greisvuk. There's someone on the phone. He's just post-graduation from the nation's finest school of phone solicitation. His delivery is lame, his diction's the same. His name is so mundane it has to be a fabrication. Is he on tape or live? The answer is unknown. As he drones mulishly along in that quasi-monotone. And as you wait for the gong, you wonder how long you'd spend in purgatory for just hanging up the phone. What's he trying to sell you? What does his incessant soft soapy soliloquy actually portend? Did you just hear him wrong, or did you comprehend that what he's trying to sell you is a war without an end? A war without an end? Do I look like some chump who just dropped off the apple cart? 'Cause some serpent shouted jump. Do I look like Mr. Ed with rocks in his head, believing he's a camel 'cause you just sold him a hump? A war without an end? Do I look like some galoot who gets a kick from beating 5-year-olds at Trivial Pursuit? Do I need some phone sale crook now to tell me how I look now? Like I've got $80 billion to spend on a war without an end? You start to get the sense, the way this sales pitch smells, that war is maybe 10% of what this fellow sells. And as you've probably guessed, regarding the rest, it might show up in war zones, sort of bubbling up from wells. This guy would sell his mom for the oil spill off a rig. This guy would buy and sell Medusa for the snake oil in her wig. He goes oily to bed, oily to rise. And when his heart's on fire, oil smoke gets in his eyes. And instead of thinking how did my vision get so clouded, he perceives a world of cities without citizens, full of cars without drivers, on roads without a bend. A world without an OPEC and a war without an end. A war without an end? Do I look like some rube who orders sushi boats online and eats pretzels from a tube? Look what you're hawking, you hawk. Your stock is a crock. I wouldn't tilt my piggy bank to get it out of hawk. Now just one cotton pickin', oil slickin', Arctic drillin' minute. If it doesn't have an end, then you can't even win it. If it doesn't have an ending, you moron, don't begin it. Stop squirming when I talk to you. A war without an end, a train without a station. A boat without flotation, a ladder without rungs. A honeymoon vacation without a destination. A song without a tune by a singer without lungs. A megacorporation without a regulation. Plus a shadow government without a government. And a 401k without a dividend. A joke without a punchline. And a war without an end. A war without an end? Do I look like some dweeb who hangs around your oil wells calling everyone sahib? I mean, where is the catch? Is what I would protest. Except I'm looking at the catch. Right now, the question's where's the rest? And as the oxymorons seethe forth from his all-consuming mouth. If oxygen goes in his brain, it isn't coming out. He's mouthing it by proxy, his oily orthodoxy. Now that's an oxymoron, if you take away the oxy. I mean, a war without an end? You just don't get it, do you? You should read the Constitution, or have someone read it to you. You think that you can stammer a sentence without grammar. And everyone will clamor for a seat without a view. You say a war without an end. You think that's pretty smart. But have you noticed that the end is the only decent part? Let me float a concept by you, a war without a start. That's what I would recommend. Over a war without an end. So, no thanks. And don't call this line again. After the Third World War by Citadel, lyrics and music by G. Whitman. From the CD At the Rainbow's End. Fortunes gone and legends past. Locked inside, your soul caresses. Emotions felt but not revealed. Hearts are hungry but lips are sealed. Come look past the Third World War. Hear the screams behind the door. Restless passion evermore. Sealed beneath with freedom's roar. Telling you what wrongs were done. Showing you a covered Sunday. Mutants pass with eyes of fire. Motions insist submerged desire. Bearing flasks of decaying dead. Traitors burned and Zalor fed. Slaves that kneel with involution. Receiving charge of restitution. Building what will be destroyed. Chained to this forbidden void. Come look past the Third World War. Hear the screams behind the door. Restless passion evermore. Sealed beneath with freedom's roar. Telling you what wrongs were done. Showing you the covered Sunday. Radiation takes its toll. On melted beings with brainwashed souls. Ageless shapes seep from swampy foss. Remains of perfection forever lost. Come look past the Third World War. Hear the screams behind the door. Restless passion evermore. Sealed beneath with freedom's roar. Telling you what wrongs were done. Showing you the covered Sunday. Agent Orange by John Warner. I wonder if Saddam had Agent Orange. Among those nasty arrows to his bow? Marines may well uncover some in Baghdad. But whether it was planted, we'll not know. The US Air Force lavished it like water. Upon the land and folk of Vietnam. Maybe the barrels left when they retreated. Fell into the fiendish clutches of Saddam. Whatever weaponry of mass destruction. May turn up in the bunkers of Baghdad. Hiroshima, Nagasaki, and Vietnam. Show the world the USA was just as bad. Inspection would have opened up the story. Had Washington the patience to allow. But whatever ugly things come to the surface. There's little hope that we'll believe them now. And if there's going to be a live hereafter. Without a final lethal nuclear war. We'll have to do without the world's policemen. Or make the USA obey the law. Always at War by Ryan Harvey. First it was the Trojans. Then it was the plebs. Then it was Carthage. Then it was Greece. Then it was the farmers. Then it was the populars. The enemies were everywhere. And Rome was always at war. And they stabbed them in the streets. And they nailed them to their crosses. And left them as a warning to the towns, that none shall lift their voice up, or declare that they are equal. If you stand up you will be taken down. First it was the communists. And then it was the unions. Then it was the sick. Then it was the Jewish. Then it was the gays. Then it was the gypsies. The enemies were everywhere. And Germany was always at war. And they shot them in the streets. And they murdered them in gas rooms. And left them as a warning to the towns, that none shall lift their voice up, or declare that they are equal. If you stand up you will be taken down. First it was the Indians. Then it was the slaves. Then it was the British. Then it was Spain. Then it was the South. Then it was the unions. Then it was Germany. Then it was the students. Then it was Vietnam. Then it was Cambodia. Then it was Chile. Then it was Indonesia. Then it was Iran. Then it was Afghanistan. The enemies were everywhere. The US was always at war. And they shot them on the picket line. And hung them down from trees. And left them as a warning to the towns, that none shall lift their voice up, or declare that they are equal. If you stand up you will be taken down.